Welcome back to Maslow blog, episode 7, size 4x4, difficulty by 5 with operators. Let's start as usual from single row with single cells. Okay, and then let's look in cage A2. How can we have two numbers 8 to 4? Can be only 1 and 3. So let's have the notation that A2 would be 1 and 3 in some order. Right? Then in column A, one number would be missing, which would be 4. Okay. Let's look in a cell cage A1. We have 4, we have entire column B, and we have one cell C1. Their product is 192. But we know that column B, there are all numbers from 1, 2, 3, 4 in some order. Their product would be 1 multiplied by 2 by 3 by 4 would be 24. And if multiplied by 4 here would be 96. So what we can deduce from here is that, let's write it down, 4 multiplied by B1, B2, B3, B4 and multiplied by C1 would be 192. So first number is 4. This number in brackets is 24. Therefore, we know that C1 is 192. 24 would be 2. That's what we deduce from here. Alright, let's look in cage D3. We have 3 numbers. They in sum give 10. Let's learn some technique. We want to show that it's not possible to have 1 in the 4th row of this cage. We'll learn this with this technique with inequalities. Let's write down that we have D3 plus C4 plus D4 is equal to 10. And we'll just let's look in, for example, in cage C4. C4 is 10 minus D3 minus D4. Okay, what could be the biggest, the possible, theoretically possible values in D3 and D4? I say the biggest possible number in column D would be 4, and the next smallest after that would be 3. So we can say that it's greater than 4 minus 3. The 10 minus 4 minus 3. That's theoretical limit, which would be 3. So we know this number is not smaller than 3. Similarly, if we look in D4, it would be 10 minus D3 minus C4, but this time theoretically, I'm not saying it's the case, but theoretically both D3 and D4 could be 4 because they are not the same row, column, so they theoretically could be both 4. But still, we know that D4 is not smaller than 2. So we have the two numbers, and one of them not smaller than 3, another not smaller than 2. But anyways, none of them could be even theoretically be 1, meaning that 1 has to be here. But now we don't need this estimate, because now we know for sure that C4 and D4 are C4 and D4. It would be 3 and 4 in some order. So inequalities that we calculated before, as you see, they are quite huge, quite inaccurate. We knew that D4 is not smaller than 2, but in fact it's could theoretically it can be just greater than 3. The point is that inequalities that we have might get improved over time as we discover more. But let's see. We know that there's 3 and 4 in some order. Their sum will be 7, and the only number missing here to complete it to 10 would be number 3. But now we can say that from this 3 and 4 here for sure cannot be 3, because it's already in this column. So it would be 4, and this would be 3. So that's the way we deduced it. Okay, let's look rest of column D. We have number 1 and 2, but number 2 cannot be in first row, because there's already 2. So 2 has to be here, and 1 has to be here. Then the only number missing in first row is number 3. Alright. Let's look column B. We have 1 and 3, so numbers 2 and 4 are missing, but 2 cannot be in a second row because it's already there. So 2 will be here, and 4 will be here. Alright, let's look let's look further. Okay, column B. Okay, let's look in a row 2. We have numbers missing. We have 2 and 4, then 1 and 3 are missing, but 3 cannot be in a column C because it's already here. So 3 has to be here, and 1 has to be here. And now we have just to complete the columns. In column A, 1 is missing, and column C, 4 is missing. That's how we calculated the puzzle. Stay tuned for next episode.